everyone, it's Galina with you, and today I have another Slimline card design to share with you, as well as a few ink background techniques. I start by cutting out a card panel in the size of my Slimline oval die. All measurements you can find in the blog post. I will leave a link in the video description below. I picked a super heavy watercolor paper because I will use a lot of water in this technique. On my glass mat, I am applying different colors of distress ink. I'm using a rainbow color palette and I'm trying to apply all the blue and violet shades on the top and warmer colors on the bottom. It's no matter what kind of ink you will use, but your inks should react with water. And of course, you can use any color you may have in your stash. The idea of my background was that I will get a sky on the top and a ground on the bottom of my panel. And I'm dabbing the panel a few times in inks and I blend the colors with the water in my spray bottle. Next, I'm going to add white splashes and dry out the panel with a heat gun. Now my panel is completely dry and I'm going to cut out the oval and a thin oval frame from it. I decided to color the thin frame with a gold liquid paint. If you don't have a gold paint, you can cut out the frame from a gold glitter cardstock. Here is a closer look of the frame. I love this beautiful shine. And let's go back to the panel and finish it. I covered the panel with a sunrise stencil and I'm applying white pigment ink through it. I'm applying this ink using a regular sponge dabber and I use it only for my white inks because I don't want to get a mess on the ink pad. On the step you can use a light colors of distress inks instead of white ink. For example, light blue or a light pink colors will work too on this background. And here how it looks after stenciling. This background looks fantastic with all these ink layers. Next, I'm going to stamp a few cute houses on a white paper as well as some clouds and trees. I used only 3 houses from the Whimsical Town stamp set. And I'm using my Copic-friendly ink to stamp all the images, because I'm going to quickly color them with alcohol markers. And as I was saying, I'm going to color all the images with Copic markers, and I have my card background by hand to find the right colors for the houses. I picked some light shades of blue, purple, yellow and pink colors, and I'm going to color the images without any specific shading. After my coloring was done, I cut out all the images with coordinating dies. But before I foam mount them on the panel, I need to prepare the other parts of the card. From a light pink cardstock, I'm going to cut out a rectangle panel with an oval window in the center. Also, I prepared a white card base. I cut out in the form of the card panel without 2 angles. And now I foam mounting the pink panel on the card base, and next I'm attaching the gold thin frame in the oval window. To adhere the colorful background, I'm using a strong liquid glue. And I'm placing it right in the center of the card base. Now I can find the perfect places for each stamped image. I'm starting by placing houses at first, and I leave some space below them to add a sentiment. I'm placing a few clouds on the top of my card and I'm going to cut them up a bit. I want them to fit into a small oval die cut. As for sentiment, I picked 2 stamps from another stamp set and I combined them into a nice phrase. I heat embossed the sentiment on the gray cardstock with the white embossing powder. To embellish my card, I picked some crystals and flower sequins. I add 3 flower sequins on the bottom and I get a nice garden near my houses. Also, I mix green, blue and pink crystals and I use them all on my card. Using tiny iridescent bubbles, I'm going to add an extra shine on the flowers. I adhere all the embellishments with the liquid glue from Studio Katia and with my embellishment wand. Here is my finished card. I love the soft and delicate color palette and all the shiny elements on my card. I can't wait to send this card to my friend. Thanks so much for spending time with me. Full supply list you can find in the video description below. And I will see you next week. Bye!